Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be continuing our unit on patterns and equations, and more specifically we're going to be talking about solving multiplication and division equations. Now in this you can see that we have our our mystery letter. Now we've talked about solving addition and subtraction and finding the mystery letter or the mystery number with addition and subtraction, but today we're going to be focusing on multiplication or division. Now if you notice this problem, this one is multiplication. So let's go ahead and start this. Now if I do this, if I look at this, I can see that I have 3 times n equals 60. Now right off the bat I can't think of this right off the bat, so I'm going to have to use number sense or mental math to figure this out, or both of them to help me out. So 3 times what equals 6? I can figure that one out. 3 times what equals 6? I know that 3 times 2 equals 6. So 3 times 2 is 6, so 3 doubled equals 6. So now I got to figure out how I can make it become 60. Now if I have 1 0 in my product, I have to look to see how many zeros I'm going to have in my factor. So if I have 1 0 in my product, I'm going to have 1 0 in my factor. And since I know that there's not a 0 with the 3, it's going to put a 0 with the 2. So 3 times 20 is going to be 60. So n is going to be 20. So that is what the n weighs. So if 3 times 20 equals 60. So that's how I would solve the mystery number with using multiplication. All right, and so that's what we're going to focus on. So let's look at another example of how we can use multiplication and solve what the mystery number will be. So in this problem, the problem is 50 times q equals 1,500. So we are finding what q is. What q will be our mystery number that we're solving. And I always love these kind of problems because you can find out mystery numbers, and it's like a puzzle, and I love solving puzzles. So once again, we're going to look for how we can use number sense. 15 and 5. Now I know 15 is a multiple of 5, and I can write my multiples to the side. 5, 10, 15. And as you can see, if I write my multiples to the side, I can see that 5 times 1, 2, 3, 5 times 3 equals 15. So 5 times 3 equals 15. Now I have to figure out how I can adjust the zeros. So right now I have 50 times 3 equals 1,500. So I have 1 0 over here, and I have 1 0 over here. So I have to figure out how many more zeros. If I have 2 zeros in my product, I'm going to have 2 zeros in my factor. So I'm going to have to add a 0 here. So it becomes 50 times 30. So q is going to equal 30. So if q equals 30, 50 times 30 equals 1,500. Or 1,500, that makes it correct. And so that's what we're looking for. That's how we solve it. So now let's look at one division problem. So the division problem we're going to look at is 600 equals 1,200 divided by p. So again, we're going to try to make both sides of the equation the same. So now we have to figure out what p is going to be. So let's go ahead and start this. I can look at 6 and 12. So I have to figure out what 12 divided by what equals 6. And I know that 6 is 2 times. It takes 2 times to get to 12. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So since it's twice as much, 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So now I got to figure out how my zeros work. So right now I have 600 equals 1,200 divided by 2. So now I have to figure out, does my 2 need any zeros? Right now my quotient, which is 600, my quotient has 2 zeros. and this dividend right here has 2 zeros. So I have 2 zeros on this side, and I have 2 zeros on this side. So right now, my divisor does not have any zeros. So it'll be my divisor will just simply be 2. So P equals 2. So 1,200 divided by 2 equals 600. So that's how it works. Try solving several other problems.